Here's what's happening now. As nice as it is this afternoon, this may be the coldest that we have to get through for the next 10 days. We'll look at a warmer forecast ahead. Paula?
Hey, Ben, you know what? The queue line opens tomorrow, but we're still seeing vehicles having difficulty coexisting with the streetcars. Coming up, the 4 things that you need to know when in your car next to a streetcar, Karen.
All right, thank you, Paula. Also, first at 4, new testimony on the firing of the FBI Director James Comey. Why President Trump probably won't like what he's hearing. Up first, breaking news. A school evacuated, students and teachers sick. We are live trying to find out exactly what went wrong here.
Local 4 News begins right now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. That is our top story. First at 4, the evacuation of a high school in Fraser. More than a dozen people taken to the hospital. Our Jermont Terry is live at the Arts Academy in the Woods. So Jermont, what exactly happened at the school?
Well, Kim, those 12 students and 2 teachers were taken by ambulance to 3 different hospitals. And we know right now that they were in a classroom on the 2nd floor at this charter school when all of a sudden many of them became ill. Now, the hazmat team just gave the all clear, but they're still trying to figure out exactly what caused all of these individuals, students and teachers, to get sick. Let's show you some of the video. Now, the students were inside the classroom from anywhere to 10 to 20 minutes when the majority of them started to feel dizzy and nauseous. Now, once word spread that the entire classroom was ill, the principal decided that he needed to take the necessary steps to evacuate the entire building. We're talking more than 300 students were evacuated. They all attend this charter school. Now, once outside, they gathered in a nearby field as they waited essentially for their parents to come pick them up. Now, we talked to some of the students who described the evacuation process and the symptoms that many of their friends had.
Something going on in the classroom right next door, and they just decided to evacuate, go downstairs. Then we started to feel the side effects of something, so the police were up there and they called us all downstairs. Then we evacuated outside, and everything else just took place from there.
We had a lot of different descriptions, but a lot of trouble breathing. We had some vomiting.
And back live here, we can tell you that the 12 students and 2 teachers are all stable at those 3 different hospitals. Again, the hazmat team, Macomb County hazmat team, just gave the all clear inside the school, but they still don't know what caused the people in that classroom to get sick. So to play it safe, the school plans to close again on Friday, and they will check the air vents and then reopen on Monday morning. That's the very latest. Reporting live in Fraser, Jermont Terry, Local 4.
All right, thank you, Jermont. Of course, we'll check back with you tonight at 5. 5 of the 6 suspects in the Greektown brawl are in court right now for a hearing to determine if they will go to trial. On Easter Sunday, 23-year-old Brandon Putman was violently beaten as he lay on the curb at San Antoine and Monroe. Today, Putman took the stand and was questioned about what specifically happened that night. The hearing is still going on right now. We will have a live update at Local 4 News at 5. Troy police have arrested a man accused of groping a woman at a mobile gas station on East 14 Mile Road. 25-year-old Abdel Nasser Mohammed of Detroit is charged with 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct. The victim says she was having trouble with her credit card and asked Mohammed, a station employee, for help. She says he touched her groin area and then asked for sex in exchange for his assistance. Right now, he's free on bond. 3 people remain in critical condition after this awful 2-car crash in Livingston County. 5 people were killed. Police say 22-year-old Matthew Carrier was driving south on Argentine Road when he failed to stop at a stop sign. He hit a car traveling east on M59. Carrier is one of those people in critical condition this afternoon. Today at 5, what we are learning about the driving records of both drivers and the investigation of the crash. It was a tough day on Capitol Hill for this man. He is the acting FBI director. His name, Andrew McCabe. He was suddenly on the hot seat just days after President Donald Trump fired his former boss. The leaders of the Intelligence Community were making an annual trip to speak to the U.S. Senate. But after James Comey was fired Tuesday, that became a big focus. Devin Scillian is in the newsroom, and Devin, McCabe's testimony is not going to make the White House very happy, is it?
You would have to think not, Karen. The White House spent 2 days trying to explain why Comey was fired and why he was fired now. And today, senators questioning the acting director about many of those reasons heard him basically contradict the White House. First, Andrew McCabe called the FBI investigation into Russian meddling in the U.S. Election, quote, highly significant. The White House and President Trump himself have been downplaying the size and significance of the investigation, calling it fake news. McCabe also said it is not standard FBI practice to tell someone when they're not under investigation. President Trump claims Comey told him 3 different occasions that he's not personally under investigation. The White House also claims Comey lost the confidence of the rank and file staff of the FBI. That came up as well today.
Is it accurate that the rank and file no longer supported Director Comey?
No, sir, that is not accurate. I can tell you that I hold Director Comey in the absolute highest regard. I have the highest respect for his considerable abilities and his integrity.
So plenty of testimony still to sort through this afternoon. Our coverage of today's hearing will continue here on Local 4 News at 5. Karen, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Devin. President Trump is answering some of the questions raised today in an interview with NBC's Lester Holt. It is the president's first sit-down interview since he fired Comey. Make sure to watch the exclusive interview tonight at 6:30 on Nightly News, only on Local 4. Seems we're stuck in a rut with this cooler spring weather. So the question, is there any warm up on the horizon? Ben Bailey has a sneak peek in the first forecast. Ben?
Why, yes, Karen, it's all warming up. And in fact, as we said at the top of the show, this may be the coldest that we've got to deal with for the next 10 days. And this isn't all that bad. Low 60s out there. Winds are out of the northeast right now in some locations, 12 miles an hour there in Lapeer, about 9 in Adrian. And it is calm in Ann Arbor. Tonight, we will see the clouds thin. Temperatures going down to the 40s for overnight lows, but they will come back tomorrow. So that warm up is not going to be really noticeable to start out Friday, but wait till we get to the weekend and beyond. We'll look at that in your 7-day forecast. It's all coming up. Karen?
Looking forward to it. Thank you, Ben. After years of anticipation, months of testing, Detroit's new Q line will open tomorrow morning. It is going to change the way many commuters travel to and from the city, and it will have an impact on driving and parking in Detroit. Our Paula Tutman is live this afternoon with the 4 things you need to know about the arrival of the Q line. And I think some drivers are knowledgeable, and then there's some drivers that have no idea exactly how to handle this, Paula.
And you know what, Karen, not just drivers, but how about walkers? So like, for instance, right here, this is a crosswalk, right? Over here, this is not a crosswalk. But lots and lots of Detroiters go right over here, walking right there, even though that the light is against them, even though they are in the crosswalk. You're not going to be able to do that after tomorrow. It is a constant sound on Woodward. The honking of a streetcar trying to complete its route, only there's a vehicle on the tracks. A delivery, standing, whatever the reason. It's there, and that means the streetcar can't move forward. It's one of the 4 things M-Rail wants you to remember when the streetcars go into action tomorrow. If you see tracks, don't stop, even for a moment.
Again, if they are blocking the rail illegally, then they could potentially be towed.
We saw bicyclists dodging in and out of traffic, crossing the tracks against the lights. And while the streetcars mostly operate like really big, heavy cars, by following the same traffic patterns and street lights, bikers are encouraged to either find alternate routes or be extra aware when there are streetcars in the area.
There's 87,000 pounds of weight that is coming down Woodward. So we want to make sure people are mindful that when you see this streetcar coming, you should definitely yield and move out the way.
Did you happen to notice that we now have an extra light signal? It tells the streetcars when to go and when motorists are supposed to yield. When you see one light up, a streetcar is approaching. It's looking for a way to transition across the road. Pay close attention when you see that additional signal light up.
So the drivers will get a red light, and the streetcar will get a signal that has an emblem of the streetcar to be able to go over this way.
So why is he stopping if they have the green?
See how it is right there? Boom.
So what is that telling drivers?
They still have a red light, so they stop. The streetcar has the right of way.
And while we are a city of jaywalkers,
on their phones way too much, and it's kind of like phone zombies.
Now's the time to cease the practice, because jaywalking in the area of streetcars could put pedestrians in direct contact with those streetcars. So listen, obviously we've been talking about the Q line for a long time, but Karen, wait until you see what happens when I saw a school bus parked on the tracks and a Q line car coming. Wait until you see what the bus driver said to me. That story today at 6. How's that for a tease?
I do not want to get Paula Tutman mad with the school bus. All right, we'll look forward to that one. Thank you, Paula. By the way, our coverage of the Q line opening continues tomorrow morning on Local 4 News Today. Traffic reporter Kim DeGiulio will have live reports, so make sure to join the morning team starting at 6 a.m. for those special Q line reports. Still ahead, first at 4, news from across America, including a tragic lesson for parents. We have the story of an accident involving a 12-year-old girl and her little brother. Also, this video is tough to watch. A motorcycle goes up in flames, but the rest of the video shows something pretty amazing. Plus, thousands of parents need to check the night lights in their homes, a possible fire danger. And this Help Me Hank recall alert next.
What's your break? Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
Only on Local 4. No cologne, no hairspray, not even any air freshener inside one of Detroit's busiest buildings.
They should be sensitive to the needs of others around them, and that, fragrance sensitivity is in actuality.
A fragrance ban, all because of one courthouse employee. What it means for you.
All right, thank you, Sean. First at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines all across America on this Thursday. Let's start in Orlando, Florida, with this horrible accident that took the life of a 3-year-old boy. His 12-year-old sister was behind the wheel. Police say the girl went out to start the family's SUV as the family prepared to leave their home. Somehow, she ended up running over her little brother. Neighbors, even police, have been touched by the tragedy. The investigation continues, but we are told charges are unlikely. Also from Florida, you may have seen this video of a teenager throwing a 68-year-old woman into a swimming pool. That teen is now on house arrest this afternoon. The 16-year-old will serve 21 days confined to his home, except to go to school and church and travel with his basketball team. The woman was trying to break up a party in North Lauderdale over the weekend. The teenager will be back in court next month. This is a statue of a former Confederate president, Jefferson Davis, being removed from a memorial in the city of New Orleans. Once again, the removal happened in the early morning hours to limit the chances of protests or trouble. The crews even wore masks as a massive crane removed the statue. City leaders have been removing Civil War era monuments, saying they don't reflect the character of the city anymore. Tonight, we are sounding the alarm about a possible fire danger in this Help Me Hank recall alert. About 37,000 nightlights were given away as a free promotional product. We're talking about luminescent square-shaped nightlights with a round top that glows green when plugged in. There are 14 reports of lights smoking or smoldering. You can check the UL label. It will start with the letter H or I, followed by 7 numbers. The nightlights were given away by various companies from last November through March. Ben is back. So is the sun, the blue skies. It's kind of nice out there,
today. Huh? I'm considering where we've been.
I think that's what it is. It was so darn cold the past few days. It seems like it's just gorgeous out there.
That's true. We're still not to average yet, but we will get there shortly. In fact, once we get there, we're going to go above average for most of that 7-day and forecast and beyond. 60s is what a lot of us are under right now. Slightly cooler here to the north, 58 in Sandusky, 55 in Port Huron. Generally, though, pretty comfortable conditions. Not a ton of clouds out there. In fact, what we did have that was a little bit thicker earlier today is starting to thin out just a little bit. That process is going to continue through tonight. And then tomorrow, we're going to see some of these clouds sort of back in from the east. So that's going to keep us from warming up a whole lot on the day Friday, but we will make some inroads as the weekend approaches. So you see that thinning that's going to go on tonight, and then tomorrow, clouds will start moving in. Probably see some east side locations with those clouds hanging on very early for our start, but just about everybody's going to get those when we get later in the day. The model wants to try to put a few sprinkles in here in the afternoon, and I just don't think that that's going to happen. We're going to stay dry, not only then, but it looks like there's just one chance of getting wet in the 7-day forecast, and we'll look at that here in just a second. Otherwise, your 4-zone forecast is looking at low temperatures tonight. This is how we're going to wake up tomorrow morning. Metro zone temperatures about 45 degrees in the city. Remember, this is where we're going to have those clouds that'll be sitting on top of us just about the time we head to work in the morning. South zone temperatures pretty much the same, about low to mid 40s for those overnight lows. Cooler numbers out in Lenawee County compared to what we're going to have closer to Lake Erie. 40s, generally low 40s here across our west zone, slightly milder here towards 275 with Novi and Canton. And in our north zone, everybody in the 40s, so no 30s in the forecast tonight, which is good news considering the frost and freeze that we had to deal with earlier in the week. High temperatures going 62 for the afternoon hours tomorrow, and we will see that plenty of clouds carry through the day. Start to see some thinning closer to sunset, but look at these numbers beyond that. Close to 70 degrees by Mother's Day Sunday. Low, or I should say highs, getting into the 70s and even 80s by Thursday of next week. The only chance I think of seeing a shower over the weekend is possibly Saturday evening, and it's a very slight shot. That's why we kept the icons dry here on Saturday and Sunday. The bulk of that 2-day stretch is going to be beautiful. Karen?
Thank you very much, Ben Stillhead. No gift on Mother's Day. Surprising information on who is more likely to not have a present for dear old mom. Up first, you'll see 2 men running toward danger to help another person. The drama caught on camera. We are back with this dramatic video of a motorcycle smashing into a dump truck right there. Yeah, bursting into flames. Now, if you look closely, you can see flames actually on that motorcyclist's body. Then 2 guys from that red truck, see them right there. Well, they run over, they jump out, they offer assistance. The surveillance video is out of China. The people in the dump truck were not hurt. The motorcycle driver was rushed to the hospital, and we are told that his injuries are not life-threatening. A very scary situation, but fortunately, he did survive. Okay, let's talk today's trending stories. And believe it or not, Blue Cross Blue Shield teaming up with Lyft to make getting to doctor's appointments a whole lot easier. I know a lot of folks will appreciate this one. The healthcare provider says it will offer free Lyft rides to plan holders who don't have reliable transportation. Patients will need to have a plan that covers transportation, and their doctor's office will book rides to and from the appointment. They say the service is expected to go live in August or September. Help out a lot of folks. Okay, if you are a mom or a dad, you might be more likely to forget a present for your own mom this Mother's Day. A new survey finds 44% of people with children will buy their mom a gift. People without children actually do better. 56% of them say they'll spoil mom on Mother's Day. They've seen similar results when it comes to Father's Day as well. Up first, next time you hear someone complaining they're too old to do something, you can share this woman's story, her late-in-life dream come true. Coming up next.
Fire damage, mold, mushrooms growing out of the walls. People are living in these conditions.
They're taking our money and doing nothing to improve our living situation.
The building manager not happy to see our cameras.
I have not received anything in writing.
City inspectors on the scene.
We've obtained the inspection reports, and now city leaders doing their part to help those in that building.
We know that these landlords would not want to live in these situations.
And the property owner now working to make things right. Help Me Hank investigates tonight at 11.
We've got an inspirational story that I think we all can kind of learn from. A woman from Iowa has proved it's never too late to learn.
Yeah, the 88-year-old finally received a high school education. Janice Kemp left school in the 8th grade, but she always dreamed of graduating. So she worked with educators at a nearby community college for 2.5 years, learning math and English.
The 88-year-old's hard work finally paid off. She's now a member of the National Honor Society of Adult Education and Literacy. She received her certificate and holds on to it, of course, with pride.
Good for you, Janice.
Yeah.
You know, we had that story about the 72-year-old power lifter earlier.
That's right.
We really need to get on our
Age does not define your character.
That's true.
Definitely true. Well, thank you so much for joining us for First at 4. We're back in a half hour with Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition's next.